So check this out. I don't even know where we are. Okay, this is the Lock 29 trailhead of some trail that I don't even know the name of it. We have our RV parked here. One of the nice things about this size of RV is that it will fit in a parking spot. So anyhow, pulling in, the trail looks to be very pretty, very scenic coming in. I see a bridge over there. I see abutments. I think we're in for a very pleasant ride today. This is again on Route 303. Yesterday I was making fun of the bike hike trail because of its name, but it's a fun ride, don't get me wrong, just because I was making fun of the name. And it was at the 303 trailhead. But we're still on 303 and really only a few miles from the bike hike trail. How do I find these things? I get on Google Maps, I click bicycling, and I see what comes up in green. Sometimes I do a little research to find out about the trail. This time I didn't, so we're in for a surprise today. I don't even know the name of this place, so let's find out. Let's go for a ride. Welcome to Cayahoga Valley National Park. So it's part of the Ohio and Erie Canal system. The name of this little town is Peninsula. Maybe at some point I'll find out the name of this trail. So apparently it's the Ohio and Erie Canal Towpath Trail. Let's go see what it looks like. This is the actual lock. This is Lock 29. I thought maybe it started the path, but it's a dead end over there. So we're inside a lock. Wow. I've seen many locks in my life. Never been in one before. Let's go this way. It's a cairn in the middle of the river. Hi. Wow.
Already this is gorgeous.
Yeah. A grist mill here for milling your grist. It's true grist. Ask John Wayne. It's the quantity of the jokes, folks, not the quality. I actually own a recumbent bike. It was a gift, and I really never rode it much. Not because I couldn't get the hang of it, but because for my wife and I to go bike riding, once I got on that thing, even like second or third gear, I would leave her behind. But in third gear, I would just leave her in the dust. That thing took off lickety-split, so we really couldn't go anywhere and do something as a couple. But man, that thing could move. And it was comfortable to ride once I stopped falling down on it. CNO. Take note, this is a towpath. Looks a whole heck of a lot nicer than yours. 0.7 miles into it and haven't gotten muddy yet. Just a suggestion. Another lock. I did remember my second battery today.
I already like this trail.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Like water-filled elevators, locks raised and lowered boats. About 9 feet is typical. Greatest on the canal. Probably just now starting to do
Oh, temptation, temptation. Let's stick with the main path since we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. Now see, to me, this is what I had expected of the towpath from Cumberland. This is a national park.
The national or state?
National.
Okay. You are correct. As per usual. I hate to shut off the camera. It seems like whenever I do that, I see something cool. But, you know, data and battery limitations, I just have to. So I don't want you to think that I am giving a bad rap to the GoPro. The GoPro is a fine camera. It actually astounds me with the size. You know, I remember the first video camera I ever saw. It was actually a reel-to-reel, and I carried the camera on my shoulder, and I had the reel on my hip. And now this thing can hold, I have a card in there that holds 5.5 hours of video. But I also know that I don't use it for what it's designed. It is designed for short clips of people doing hair-raising stupid things. I'm not doing that. I'm going out and I'm doing a 3 or 4 hour bicycle ride. Not a lot of high action. The setting on this thing will do 300 frames per second and more. So it's meant for recording action, slowing it down so you can see every little detail. It's not what I'm using it for, so I'm not really using it for what it's designed. So I understand the limitations for how I'm using it and just work around it. So I have 2 batteries. And I bought an SD card that was a lot larger. I don't think that, really I don't know how many people are actually watching my videos, but I think that if I had them much longer than 20 minutes, I wouldn't have anybody watching them at all. So I'm taking a 3 or 4 hour ride and I'm whittling it down to 15-20 minutes. Fortunately, the camera has voice activated commands, so I can just tell it to it and it will stop recording. Just like this. GoPros, stop recording. See, being from Pittsburgh, we're not used to so much sky. A lot of what you see as sky, we would see as another neighborhood. Hello. Oh, it's another lock.
Very pretty.
I really wouldn't have thought that there was that much grade. You know,
I wouldn't have either.
for us, this is flat.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
Olands Road. So what they would do is they would create the canal next to a body of water. The body of water was too difficult to control as far as water flow and depth, and they could dig out this canal for hundreds of miles and control the depth and the water flow. And they just needed a stream nearby to either purge the overflow or to pump back in when it's depleted. And they would do this in the 1840s. Again, men with picks and axes and shovels and wheelbarrows. $8 a month living in a shanty, working from sunrise to sunset.
Oh, wow.
And yes, they had the option of leaving, but where were they going to go? Beaver Marsh.
Only a couple of lilies in bloom. There's the view. There's some bass in there.
Ohio and Erie Canalway was 110 miles. And it was the first 110 miles of a waterway that helped the nation grow. They did it from 1825 to 1832. It was the first canal west of the Appalachian Mountains. It connected Lake Erie to the Ohio River. You can see the bridge over there. So I was trying to test the capabilities of this camera so I know what I can and cannot get. Hey, and the posts aren't too close together. That's always nice. Stan Highway. Blossom. We've only gone 5 miles. We're just kind of poking along because it's so pretty. Nice shady break. Walk 25. And back into the woods. What I call the tunnel of trees. Don't get me wrong, I like the tunnel of trees. I think they're beautiful. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't. But I just often wonder how many hours of tunnels of trees that I can record and still keep people interested in watching. There aren't many of you watching, but there have been a few. I've seen the counters. So I'm guessing another lock. Yep. Oh, there we go. I didn't see the doorway before. Probably the overflow back to the water.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe the canal just made a really hard turn.
I think this might be one of the prettiest trails yet.
The one yesterday was a nice workout trail.
Yes, it was.
The hike and bike trail. That was lots of nice up and downing. Give you a little workout up the hill, then the reward down the hill. It was a lot of fun. And going through the different neighborhoods was very eclectic. And it was a fun ride. Right before my battery died yesterday, we did the turnaround because I just didn't like the road that it was taking us down. But when I got back and I checked the online map, it wouldn't have taken us that much further. It would have been shorter to continue forward and go around the school, and it connected with the other trail up there. But it was also straight into that thunderstorm, which I wanted to avoid. So the long way back was the wise choice. And we did get wet. So what? We lived. Oh, I don't think I'm going to run out of data. I'm probably going to have to use my second battery sooner rather than later. This is great. There's no way I'm going to be able to edit this down to 15 minutes. Just ain't happening. Hike clockwise, the sign said. How do you do clockwise on a straight trail? I know what they mean. Does it actually still function as a train station?
You can go over and look at it.
Oh, well, this is why. It's part of the park. I see. Let's take a look. I just thought it was this anomalous structure sticking up out of the weeds, but it looks so nice. Down at the station early in the afternoon. So they finished the canals in 1840. First train came through in 1880. While I am intrigued by the idea of bike packing, I don't really want to sleep on the ground anymore. That's why the RV is so great. Okay, a little bit of a detour. Oops, yup, don't get off.
Wow, what a nice detour.
It's pretty fresh too. Oh shit. Oh, that was about the nicest detour I've ever been on. Oh, I'm just burning through data. And a tunnel. A big box and a tunnel. I'm intrigued. Just have to have a Dollar General. Those places are everywhere. And they must have one incredible corporate structure. The ability to open up so many stores so quickly. It's impressive. Okay.
Link City Bike.
Yeah, but where? Inside the bank? The former bank? I mean, it doesn't look like there's anything open.
It's cool how they just take the trail right through the business district.
Yeah. A little bit of a confusing moment there because it's not really labeled which way to go. So with 50-50 shot, I chose this way. Typically with 50-50 opportunity, I'll pick wrong every time. Ha ha! We're buying a lottery ticket today, boy. If you're watching this, let me know what this tunnel is if you have any idea. It looks like it could be a sewer. I've never seen a sewer like that before. Sanitary sewer? That's a lot of poop. But you know, with all the water in the flatlands, that might just be, you know, water abatement. We're used to water just going downhill to the river. It doesn't hang out. Sometimes it takes a piece of mountain with it, but not all the time. Now we have seen, you know, water abatement things, but they're usually open. I've never seen one that's closed.
I never have either.
It's usually a canal, not a tube. Of course, the other option is it's Batman's secret access to the cave.
Ah.
People get so plugged into the music, they can't hear people approaching them. I like being able to hear what's around me, and I can't. Everybody else can hear and they won't. The detour has us up on the road. It's a real nice road. Hey. Oh. Alright. Yay, electric bike. Okay, that was fun. Especially since I don't have first gear. Haven't gotten a replacement part yet. But I just turned up the assist on the bike. It pushed me up the hill. Helped push me up the hill. I still had to work. Sewage treatment plant. The sound of the water is so loud. I couldn't get my camera to turn on. I had to walk away. Why, we're in the Cascade Valley. A kiosk. So the Cascade locks. So they had to have spaces wide enough to come through, because you figure there'd be a boat probably waiting on the other side.
Probably.
You couldn't wait for one boat to make it through all of the locks.
Just a place to sit and enjoy.
Yeah, don't swing too high. Downtown Akron. So you figure this would be the perfect place for a community, because they were families that worked on those boats most often.
Yeah.
So how long would it take to go up and down through those canals? You know, mom could get off, go do the shopping. I wonder how long it took to work through all those canals. Okay, that's the second blimp I saw. To figure out what the blimp, oh, it's because Goodyear. Never mind.
I'm in 4. Gotta love these electric bikes.
Yeah. Man, you guys did it right. This rocks. Welcome to the summit. It's not the summit because I'm still going uphill.
Oh, this is so neat. Look at this building next to us on the right. I'm at 14 knot hall. Built
Akron's a busy town. So even with all this economic slowdown, Akron's still moving. Good for them.
How about we have this be our turn?
So here we sit at, got no idea. We're under a highway somewhere. We've done 15. This will be our turnaround. We're heading back.
I like that they let you ride on the sidewalk. 5% grade. Now this makes me a little nervous because I don't think I have. I'm gonna put it at 0. I don't need to go any faster. I shall see you at the bottom.
Yay, e-bikes. All right, now we're back in the countryside. Went through some neighborhoods and up and down some detours and back into the sticks with the underpasses and the gabion baskets and the big long sewer pipe. Magic of the e-bike, accelerating coming uphill. So what do you think?
I love it. It's a great trail. I want to come and do it again.
What's so great about the trail?
It's pretty. I didn't think I would like up and down, but I do like up and down because I have an electric bike. It's great.
It has been a very scenic trail. It has a surprise around every corner. Here on the surface is mostly level, a little hilly, a little bit of a challenge, not a lot of challenge, a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of fun. Lots of nice downhills following the challenge. The surface is mostly stone. You got asphalt, sidewalk, and street. Oh, and of course wood. And as usual, the return trip goes so much easier because we turn up the power assist. About 4 more miles to finish our 30-mile trip. There she is. Look at that wall. This was so very cool. Hey, I want to ride up by the train station just to see. Maybe there will be a red caboose. So the wastewater treatment plant, we got to find a red caboose, right? Is that right here? Right. The little town of Peninsula. It's a Peninsula depot. And while we don't have a caboose, we have a rail car. Huh. And back to the barn. Wow, thoroughly enjoyable ride. We had no idea what to expect and we were not disappointed. Man, we saw city, we saw woods, we saw farm fields, we rode on streets, we rode on sidewalks, we rode on wood bridges. What a fun ride. This is the what trailhead are we at? Oh, the Lock 29 trailhead. We rode from here to Akron and back. It was a 30-mile trip. Lots of fun. Definitely recommend it. Mo they.